Welcome back to my channel, soulmate. Today we are going to be learning how to cut this beautiful style here. The first thing to do is place your fabric on fold to cut the skirt part of the dress. Now put your waist measurement, your dart allowance and your seam allowance. Locate your hip line, put your hip measurement and put your seam allowance. Then connect the waistline to the hip line. The next thing to do is to determine our before new measurement. After getting now whatever measurement you have on your hip line, subtract 1.5 from it and put it on your before new and connect it together like so. So whatever measurement you have on your before new, let's say you have like 9 inches, so the M part should not be up to 9 inches, it should be around 8 inches or less. It depends on how pencil you want it to be. Then connect it together like so. The next thing is to come down by ½ inch on the waistline and connect it to the beginning of our seam allowance. That is going to act as our waist slope. Now note that we are cutting the front of the skirt part, so you are going to go ahead and cut like so. Now to cut the back, it is simple. You are only going to add your zip allowance and place the front in the folded fabric like I just did. So I folded another fabric, but then instead of the usual 1 inch measurement for the zip, which you see me ruling out, I made mine 3.5 inches because my dress is going to have a slit at the back and the slip is going to lap on each other like so. Now I have gotten the point where I want my slit to start from, as you guys can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. We already cut the front, so I'm just following the same shape I used to cut the front. Now I'm cutting my zipper area into the slit allowance. I will finish up with the cutting of this side and I'll slash open the slit part too. Voila, we are done with the skirt part. Then that is me trimming off the waist slope for the front. Let's skip this and proceed to cut the back of the upper bodies. Firstly, I put my zipper allowance, then I am putting my back measurements. Then we are doing the 2x1 shoulder slope. The standard is 3x1, but it is a queen Anne and I want the neck to be very small. So next thing is to determine your chest line. After getting your chest line, what you want to do is impute your bust allowance or your bust measurement and your seam allowance. Then go to the waistline, put your waist measurement, your dart allowance and seam allowance and connect it together like so. The next thing is to put our armhole in place like so. So the next thing to do is to determine our neck depth for the back. I used 1 inch, so actually we use that is going to make it 2x1. So I went ahead to curve it, and that is me cutting the back bodies of our dress. Now I have put my armhole in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'll cut it like so, and I'm going to open up the back like that. Then we are done with the back. The next thing is to cut our front. Guys, please note that the actual length of this folded fabric is my half length measurement. So now that is me putting my back measurement and 1 inch down for our shoulder slope and the 2 inch measurement I mentioned earlier. Now we are determining our chest line. Same chest line as the back, don't forget please. The next thing to do is to impute my bust point and then my under bust. So the hemline is going to serve as my waistline. So that is me labeling it. Even though you guys can't see the label, I'm sorry. The next thing is to put my bust span. Bust span is 7 inches divided by 2. That's 3.5. But because it is a freehand cutting, I made it 4 inches. The ½ inch is going to be meant for sewing. So I want to use a dart of 2 inches. That is 1 inch on both sides from the waistline to the under bust. So I connected my 1 inch together as a straight line. Then from the under bust, I'm going to give it a curve into the bust point, like so. Whatever you are doing, make sure it is not pointing. So after doing that, the next thing is to determine the depth of our neck. So I decided to use 7.5 inches. So that is me measuring my 7.5 inches. And I'm going to rule a line like this. So the next thing is to tighten our chest line so it will not be opening anyhow. So I want to use 0.7 inches on both sides. We are still maintaining our normal measurements, our normal bust span measurement though. So 0.7 inch on both sides, and I'll connect it straight into the bust point like so. I hope you guys are with me. The next thing is to put our neck shape in place. Remember I said this is a Queen Anne. So this is what I want it to look like. And then we are going to proceed to imputing our armhole. So but before then, put your bust measurements, whatever deduction you have in your dart, replace it, then put your seam allowance. Measure your waistline measurements, return the 2 inches that you remove and put your seam allowance as well, and connect it like so. So then you're going to go ahead and shape your armhole. So after doing that, guys, the next thing is to proceed and cut. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. I would really appreciate that. So that is me cutting. And aside from the seam allowance, I have also added 0.5 inch allowance. You know, it is a freehand cutting. If it were to be the normal pattern method, we would know how to add our seam allowance of 0.5, but then in this case I've already added the 0.5 to the side while cutting. So that part, I wanted it to be curved a bit, so I went down by 1 inch and just trim it off. So guys, voila, our front bodies is ready. So I've gone ahead to cut a long strap for our side ruffle. Then now I've gone ahead to cut lining for everything we cut except for the ruff, which is not going to be lined. Guys, stay tuned while you wait for a video on how to sew this beautiful style. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I love you guys. See you in the next class. Bye.